for all that I have done. I am so sorry.
Okay, so you've had time to digest what Tiger had to say about his so-called sex addiction and now about his plans to return to golf at the upcoming Masters. We want to know what you think about all of this. Will the public give him a second chance? How about those other golfers? And you? Do you think Tiger can change his stripes? It's your call right now. Hello, everyone. It's good to have you with us. I'm Lynn Doyle, and like everyone else, I've been watching the Tiger scandal, wondering if and when he'll return to the game that he's dominated for years. Well, as you know, we now apparently have an answer, as he's announced that he will, in fact, return in time to play in the Masters, the game's greatest tournament. This half hour, we're going to get your reaction to that decision, and we're going to ask our guest whether he'll be able to overcome public scrutiny and personal humiliation to once again regain his place high atop the sport. We're also wondering what they think of that public apology and whether he'll be able to recapture the hearts of America. We know he can capture the hearts of the ladies. Now we want to know what you have to say. Let's get the conversation started. Great guest here in the studio. Dan Schwartzman is the host on 97.5 FM, The Fanatic, Philadelphia's first FM sports station. You can hear him weeknights from 7 until 10. And Dr. Corey Bank is a sports psychologist who practices in the Philadelphia area. In the course of his practice, he's worked with several elite athletes. Back with us again is Kendra G. She's a radio personality and the host of Live with Kendra G on 100.3. That's The Beat here in Philadelphia. And rounding out the panel, Ruthie Weisberg. She's a journalist and pop culture commentator. She has been a guest on this show for about 9 years and counting. Her website is ruthweisberg.com. Hey guys, great to have everybody here.
Hello there.
Thanks for having us.
By a show of hands, who's sick of Tiger?
He's good on that Tiger.
Nobody's hands went up.
No, it's just getting good.
You're not sick of him.
I'm
It's
not.
like the continuing saga.
It is. It really is. And I felt for him once I saw the speech, and I'm back on Team Tiger. I really am.
Why?
Because you know what? When I saw the speech, first of all, like you said, I'm a radio host. I'm around celebrities all the time. I witnessed women literally standing in line for their moment to have with a celebrity, whether he's married, girlfriend, baby mama with them, they don't care. So when he mentioned in his speech that he lost his morals, he kind of went the other way, he thought he was above the law, I kind of felt it. I really understood what he was saying.
You got to be honest, though. You know what? He is golf. And when Tiger Woods is not playing golf, the sport is a second-class citizen. Americans really don't care about the sport. You listen to these golfers, their reaction since he announced he's coming back to the Masters is, thank goodness, we're going to make more money now because this guy has doubled our salaries when he plays. When he's not playing, Lynn, nobody watches the sport. When he plays, people care.
Kind of like Patty who?
Exactly.
Wait, they had a St. Patty's Day for the golfer? My girlfriends were saying, I didn't even know who Patty Harrington was. Okay, so he's good for the game of golf, but is he a good role model? Because you know, a lot of young people look up to these athletes, and I guess the big question now is, can he ever regain that?
Well, he's been groomed for this since he was little. I remember seeing him on the old Mike Douglas show, and he was on Johnny Carson, for those that still remember that. He was a little tot. He was groomed for this. It's like he was the heir apparent for this. So I'm really not surprised that things went, because his whole life was so measured and so calculated and structured.
He was structured, but
Yes.
he took a fall from grace like none other we've seen.
Yeah, he's never been in this position before. And I remember when he was on That's Incredible, he was 3 years old. And he was able to insulate himself, design his life the way he wants to. And it's not necessarily going to be that way anymore. So you mentioned him being a role model, for golf, for the technical aspect, for that competitive edge. Certainly for a role model of how to act, I don't know. I think the jury's still going to be out on that one, depending who you talk to.
I disagree. I think he will be a great role model because he made a mistake. And we're all human. We have all... he's on television all the time, so his mistake is, on a different level. But if he can show and prove, like his wife said, then I think he'll be a great role model.
And
again.
look, let's be honest. Look at how sports has gone for guys like this. You know what? Ray Lewis was in an orange jumpsuit in shackles for double murder. Right now, Reebok promotes him. The NFL has him in all their ads. Kobe Bryant was on trial for rape in Denver, Colorado. He's still one of the highest-selling jerseys out there, and kids still look up to him. Look, if he continues to act right, and I think Tiger's done a good job since the incident going to the the sex rehab in Mississippi. I thought the content of the speech was good. If he continues on a path like that and he shows love for his family and he keeps that together, sure, I think he can be a role model because nobody's perfect. I think people understand athletes are far from perfect.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's interesting because I've heard more people say if he comes back and wins the Masters or at least performs at a very high level, that all of this is going to very quickly be yesterday's news.
Well, and you know what? We live in a 24-hour news cycle, and in this age of Twitter and whatnot, it's even shorter than that. So I think it's safe to say perhaps a year from now it will be a footnote in his sports history.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, though, it is always going to be listed next to Tiger Woods' name. Much like when we saw Michael Jackson die, you know, the charges against him, even though he was acquitted of child molestation, still always included in his biography.
It's also going to depend on what happens with his family life. Do they get back together? Does it become a good marriage over the next 5 to 10 years? Or does he wind up getting divorced, getting married again, divorced a second time, and he's the guy who's 40 years old, trying to stay on the top of his game, and he's been married 4 or 5 times. So it's really going to depend what he does from here on out in terms of how we're going to judge.
Well, Ian would be there at the 18th hole if he wins this thing. Who's going to be there to show him the love when he wins this?
Think about this. You know what? He's dominated the sport of golf for so long now. Apparently, only 50% of his concentration's been on golf. The other 50%'s been on who's waiting for him in his hotel room after his round.
Right.
And now you think, boy, oh boy, if he concentrates 80% on golf, 20% on extracurricular stuff, how much better is he going to be? This guy's going to dominate the sport of golf for the next 10 years at such a high level that I don't think people are going to have time to think about what he does on the side.
Unless, of course, he was getting rid of his stress. He may take a tumble and it may not be the way that he's accustomed to.
But how about the stress of juggling all these women on top of playing golf? Now he may not have to worry about that.
This is true, but you know what? I think Tiger, you know, I was very disappointed when I heard about what happened, all these different women. But are we really surprised worth $1 billion? These women don't care. They wanted to be with him. You know, and he's calling, leaving the voice message. You could tell that Tiger Woods ultimately really is a good guy. I think he values his wife. He made a huge mistake, and he's going to not want to risk that again because his wife, like he said in his speech, has been shown nothing but grace. We haven't heard a peep from her. She could have been on your show. She need to be on your show telling her the side of the story. So, you know, I really think it's going to work out for him. I hope it does anyway.
But does he show her respect? I mean, as a psychologist, you look at the pattern of this so-called addiction,
right?
And you look at how long it's been happening for. Was this a one-time deal, or is it going back 7 or 8 or 9 years, as some reports are coming out? And if that is a case, and I don't know, but if that is a case, it's going back 7 or 8 or 9 years, it's going to be a lot longer of a cycle to break. And also, he's been cheating on his wife for that long, for 7 or 8 years.
I want to ask you, as a psychologist, do you buy off on this whole sex addiction thing?
There's research that goes both ways with it, but I think with any addictions that you look at when you're looking to change it, you look at the history of the addiction. So how long has it been going on for? You know, how intense was it, and how long was it lasting? So, you know, someone gets caught, it's one time, it's a one and done deal. Okay, someone 7 or 8 years, and they get caught. You know, did he make his apology because he really felt that he let his family down, or did he make his apology because he got caught?
Or is he apologetic because he got caught?
We had counselors on who said it's like any other addiction. If you think about alcohol or drugs or even narcotics, nicotine, that at the beginning it's, you know, you can take it or leave it. And when you truly have an addictive personality, that there's more and more, and you have to take it to the next level. And with the sex addiction, that it's taking it to the next level where you do risk it all. And you do essentially try to get caught, and you push it just as far as you can possibly push it.
But remember what he said in his speech. He said that he let himself feel that he doesn't have to play by the same rules as everybody else.
I was going to
say
that.
So that's not saying he has an addiction. That's saying I just took advantage.
Right, and I agree with that. I mean, I know all the research that you guys have documented, but he's not the average person.
Of course not.
You know, and that's what we need to be clear of. Women are coming after him. You know, not saying that he's not going after them, but they're coming after him on a daily basis. So I think what happened, like you just mentioned, he thought he was above the law. Everything's at his access. He can do whatever he wants to do. But I think now he values that, you know what, I'm just like you. I'm human, and I love my wife and my kids. I shamed my family. I never want to do this again. That's what I got from him.
Well, okay, on that note, I'm going to invite our viewers to be part of the conversation. I want to know what you think. First, about Tiger's apology. Do you think it's enough to help him regain the status that he once had among his fans and, of course, the public? Or are you unconcerned of his sincerity? And what about his skills on the golf course? Is that all you really care about? Do you think he's going to return to dominance? Or do you think this scandal will hamper him in competition? If you want to tell us what you think, I invite you to email your thoughts and opinions to me. You can log on to csnphilly.com. That's ComcastSportsNetPhilly.com. Then put in It's Your Caller IYC. That'll take you to my webpage where you can leave me a comment. You can also email me directly right here at the show. That's TCN_IYC@ComcastNetwork.com. And as always, you can find us on Facebook, MySpace, or YouTube. In fact, we put this question out there and ask our Facebook friends. Now I think we have about 30